Out of the rain.
Now, where in the world do you suppose that...
Lose something?
Oh! Well, I was... No, I mean, I was just wondering...
Oh, that's quite all right. One moment, please. Ooh.
The Justice pointed out very clearly that curial violence or extra curial violence need not occur due to the legal standing that one could obtain merely by standing in a form of curial governance. We have a right, which there is defined on a courtroom record now, wherein extra curial violence cannot occur. So this puts you in a Gandhi situation. It's to stand united in those reds and define who you are as a people and unite amongst yourselves and continue on a society without getting involved in all their bullshit. If you can circulate a silver economy and get on with doing half the things you would normally do in your own society, you start something that they can't attack or ever change. It's a mindset in you that to trade between each other and use a silver currency would stop them from being able to tax your income. You could still declare the face value of those coins that you've circulated that are now 1/50th the value of the Australian dollar. There is a way for you to start stepping away from what essentially would be your full enslavement under digital identification, wherein you have a money system that will be held against you. This in its purest form is slavery. There is no denying that what WEF wants to bring into your country through its stakeholder positions is slavery. By the sheer definition, issuing a digital ID is slavery. It will be linked to a financial system, a social credit score, a carbon credit score. It is slavery. The only opportunity is for you to return back to your former crown, stand in that line of authority, start circulating wealth between each other, and pick up and carry on. What they are offering you is pure slavery. Knowing the standing of a curial position in international law when peacekeepers are involved puts a set of rules on the table that most never considered could ever be put on the table. And this is why the state has attempted so hard to stop the idea of God coming forward, given that they are only administrators to what would be considered the people's public trust. Flipping the law on them has a larger effect than any curial violence that you might want to create. Refrain from creating any violence at all and participate in a society that is private amongst yourselves, that will start to take you away from what would be considered this slavery position at which you are being forced into. They consider it a voluntary position, but you are being forced at hand into it. This makes it an involuntary position, making it pure slavery that is being committed by an entity foreign to any existence in your forefathers. The legal ramifications within international law for just standing up in peace put a very hefty weight on the scale of justice against this administrating governance. We must consider the mandates that occurred in the last 3 years in relation to the Rule 92 and the other information that's already been put on the table. These people attempted to do something very heinous that slowly they will link to their banking systems as demonstrative of the HSBC's DNA will be your data posters that they put on the walls. So the opportunity to change is there, and slowly it's going to have to happen. Otherwise you will move into a society wherein your children will become normalized into state care, normalized into this policed and monitored jail system at which the police will use their wartime policing to keep everyone in line at all times, so long as they stay within the boundaries that are given to them, like a battery hen. Their ability to monitor and manage every single ounce of sweat labour that ever goes into that CDBC money supply that they propose, which is based on zero wealth at your end whatsoever, is going to be your demise. It will be the inability for you to transfer wealth out into certain things in the future. It will be your inability to retain title to anything, including a car, a home. There are things and repercussions ahead that you've left your children with, and these children are so brainwashed in the glitz and glamour of these toys, they don't understand the ramifications of what it means to be men on land, while they are continually treated as the chattels. A system that came here to administer and manage your government eventually turned that into sweat labour by putting the debt directly on your backs, which in itself is a form of slavery, wherein you had no choice in the matter. This already occurred in Australia, that they eventually put the debt directly onto your backs. These people are living off a silver spoon while you are treated like rats in a cage that have to push a button every second or get taken out of the cage and get put in a different cage. I don't understand how this hasn't become apparent over the years. I mean, it's starkly apparent that the state has attacked and stopped any ideal of the people standing up in their sovereignty for fear of knowing the administrator, has rules that surround its administration that it has so starkly stepped over the line of. You come to a point where the state has committed some serious and heinous international offences while administering a people. It is now clearly defined by the court that you have a curial right and standing to stand in the crown that you formerly were before these people arrived here. So we have to get back to this core understanding of how a constitution was laid out and formed in the first place and how it is managed and defended. It could not be without the defence of the men that make it be. It could not be without the knowledge of the men that had created it in the first. He who creates owns. So the owner of the Constitution are the ones that created it for the line of authority in their sons. So buy a shirt, go down there, click on links, click buttons, things will happen. They'll get delivered.
Chorus. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave.
Why, you're a cat.
A Cheshire cat, all a mimsy, o'er the border goes.
Oh, wait. Don't go, please.
Very well. Third chorus.
Oh, no. Thank you, but I just wanted to ask you which way I ought to go.
Well, that depends on where you want to get to.
Oh, it really doesn't matter. As long as I can...
Then it really doesn't matter which way you go.